again.
You trying to get everybody drunk, huh?
It's working.
Yeah.
Yo, I bridge the gap for him. I bridge the gap for him. Hands up if you know you bridge the gap for him. I bridge the gap for him. I bridge the gap for him. Hands up if you know I bridge the gap.
Welcome to another episode of Everyone Has a Story. Great about bridging the gaps. Brought to you by WEGOTYOU. Like I said in many previous episodes, it's a pleasure to do stuff like that because you learn from people with their story. This man right here, he got the trifecta: mind, body, and spirit. Introduce yourself to the people, man.
Peace, bro. My name is Lionell Watlington. I'm in the fitness community as Mr. Metaphysics.
Mr. Metaphysics.
Yes, sir.
Explain to people what that actually means.
Metaphysics, basically in short order, means beyond the physical. Meta means beyond, and physics is physical. So we're dealing with anything beyond the physical level. Psychologically, sociologically, emotionally, things that exist beyond the mere physical level.
Would you say, but is that a lot like dealing with numbers?
It is dealing with numbers, and numbers on an applicable sense to the spiritual level.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Okay.
it's dealing with numerology.
Okay.
It's dealing with matters of the spirit,
Okay.
matters of the mind, especially.
Mm-hmm.
You know, 'cause that goes on that mind, body, soul. So you got the body part, so you got the mind and the soul. You know
Gotcha.
what I'm saying?
Okay. Because usually when you create something like that, usually it starts way before we even recognize it. What type of kid was you?
As a kid, I was very inquisitive. I was into a whole bunch of stuff. But early on, I experienced the trauma early on, because my parents experienced certain things that they went through in their life. So they had some issues that didn't allow them to be in my life as much as they wanted to be or as much as I would like them to. You know what I mean? So because of that, I was raised by my grandfather. Now, this is not like a sad story, because my grandfather, it was probably the greatest decision of the universe to make mistakes. And I was supposed to be with my grandfather. He gave me the tools that I needed to be who I am today. So it was all okay.
So now, let's get to your grandfather. It seemed like he was a big influential person in your life.
He was huge. He was huge. My grandfather taught me everything that you see today.
What was his background?
He was born in 1924 in Ashland, North Carolina. He actually went into World War II veteran. He actually boxed his age, so he get into like Army early to provide for his family. So he got that after leaving World War II. He started his own limousine company. He took his GI Bill, became a real estate investor, owned multiple homes in Massachusetts, had his own tow truck company, became a self-taught paralegal. Yeah.
It's nice. So you would want to learn from somebody like that.
Yeah. He was the first example of not limiting yourself and putting yourself in a box that I saw.
Okay. If you don't mind me asking, what was the reason why you was raised by your grandfather instead of your parents?
My father and my mother both was addicted to substance abuse. They had their problems really young. Young parents in the 80s, I was born in 82. The crack era had just hit, you know what I mean? So a lot of things going on. And as a child, I didn't really understand that dynamic. Like, I was just mad or upset that they weren't there. You know what I'm saying? And luckily, I have my grandfather in my life because he chose certain outlets for me to express myself that way without having to express it negatively. You know what I mean? So I was taught early on to control aggression. You know what I mean? So martial arts, basketball, sports, whatever it may be, the gym is places that I've used as therapy to get out, control aggression, because these are environments that's okay. I can come in here and I can control my thoughts and get under fucking 3 plates and press it up and get it out.
Right.
Without exhibiting or putting it on another person,
Right.
get myself in trouble or doing something that's not detrimental. So, yeah, I've learned to do that. So physical activity has actually been my therapy, it's my body and soul. So every time I don't go external, every time I have a problem, I'm dealing with something, I go inside.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what it starts at. A lot of people want to work from the outside in, but I think you just working backwards.
Yeah.
And you doubling on yourself.
Yeah, it's a fact. It's a fact, because you almost circumvent yourself, you don't have to do it twice. Because you don't go inside out, you don't have to realize that I got to go back in for something.
Right.
So,
Right.
That's,
Okay, so Lionel, as a high school kid, What was your favorite subject?
History.
Yeah?
History and English.
History in high school?
In high school. When I got to college, math. When I got to college.
See, math was mine when I was through pretty much up until high school.
Yeah. See, my proxy, science and mathematics rule the universe, right? Everything is math and science. So
Yeah.
my proxy, I was taking the scientific approach first, not knowing that science is math. And math is science. You know what I'm saying? But that realization came later when my cognitive function kicked in more in college. I was thinking, okay, I've always been mathematics. I've always been mathematically inclined. Because everything in this universe is how far you're going, how much time. You know, what time we're going to be there, how big is this, how far.
That's calculation.
That's all calculation.
Yeah, just calculation.
And one thing about math is you both know, because you mess with math, it's an exact. There's no emotion.
Absolutely.
There's no emotion involved, none of that. You can flip
This,
it, bounce it
that,
how you want
that.
to. It's going to be what it is. It's absolute. It don't belong to you. It don't belong to me. It exists on its own, right here.
The only universal language.
Yes, yep, facts. It's the only language that the universe speaks in. It responds to. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's a fact.
So that's a really important thing about the calculating and the universe and stuff. Because I guess we'll get back, but being that we're touching on this now, that influenced metaphysics, right?
Yeah, I mean, he was giving me the mathematics. I just didn't have the title of metaphysics at the time, but he was giving me math. My grandfather was, like I said, he was giving me mathematics. Man. You know, I would have my school homework. I would be done with that thing, and I could go outside and play. He would like, bust out the dictionary, 5 words a day, put them in a sentence at the end of the week, read the newspaper, watch the news. Like, he always was trying to have my synapses fire off in different areas to expand my mind. And like I said, he was the first example of somebody that didn't limit himself. You know what I'm saying? So naturally, from a youth, I thought the world was my oyster. Literally to this day, do whatever I choose to do. And if tomorrow, if I wanted to go to law school in my mind, I could be a lawyer for facts.
Yeah.
This is how I think.
And you know what? More people need to think like that.
This is how I think. I honestly don't know how to think any other way.
Right.
I don't. And sometimes that's gotten me, you know what I mean, good situation and bad situation, because sometimes that people fear that. You know what I mean? Like, we talk about the Nas quote, people fear what they don't understand and hate what they can't conquer. So when somebody can't gauge you or they can't figure you out, they just have no choice but to dislike you. They don't understand. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, yeah.
That's why the world is in the position that it's in right now. I can understand it.
Okay, so you said high school.
Yeah.
Favorite subject was history.
History and English.
History and English, right? You play sports.
Correct, yep. Basketball.
Basketball. Okay. How would you translate the way you calculate to the way you play basketball in high school?
Looking back at it now, retrospect,
Yeah.
multiplication. Because anything that I thought I was good at, I worked that much harder to multiply the skill. So if I was good at driving to the basket, I knew for a fact I had to develop my peripheral vision. Because I can see the basket mathematically. I know I can see the basket, but the next step, so if seeing the basket is 1, 1 plus 1 is 2. So we see the basket is 1, but now knowing that I'm going to draw the defenders to the basket, my peripheral vision has to improve. So once I get to the defense, I got to be able to see my teammates. That's what's going to make me more effective. So that's how I broke the game down, multiplying myself. Taking one of myself and saying, how can I multiply myself? I didn't want to just be a shooter. So I figured like, I might not be the best shooter, I might not be the best dribbler, but if I can do all these things utility-wise, I can find a way on the court. If I stay on the court long enough, all these skills are going to get better and better. So at the end of the day, I never want to be one-dimensional. Same way basketball and life. Like, I don't want to just be a shooter. I want to rebound and play defense too. I want to take the charge too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Same thing. I want to set the screen too. I don't always want to take the shot.
Right.
Whatever we got to do to win, it's about to win.
And calculation is pretty much in everything we do.
Everything we do. Everything. We can't even get away from it if we want to.
I think that's where a lot of people struggle, because they do. They try to get away from it, but it's inevitable.
And I mean, and now math is a universal language. What you really get away from?
You can't escape the universe.
That's yourself. you're a reflection of it. You're escaping you. But people run from themselves all the time, bro. And speaking of, I don't want to be long with it. I mean, before you pick your destiny pick you, you run from yourself.
Yeah. That's a
It's
fact.
happened. It's happened.
Yeah.
You know, I think most of us has been in a situation where we walk destiny, man.
Yeah.
Like destiny keep knocking on the door, and we keep walking and thinking that we got our own plan. But they say when they say you make your own plan, God laughs.
You laugh at you. Oh, you gonna laugh.
See what feel me?
Yeah. You gonna laugh. You gonna laugh.
So that's how it be, man. That's how it be, man. Real, that's how it feels.
Okay. So what type of basketball player was you?
I was cerebral.
Y'all won.
Yeah, we won. We won a 2000 high school state championship, Class B.
Who else?
Amityville Warriors. Shout out to Amityville.
Shout out. Copeg, yo. And shout out to Bill. You already know.
Much respect to Copeg. Much respect to Copeg, man.
Number love. Yeah?
Nah, but I would say I was a cerebral player. Like I said, I played the 4, I played the 3, I played the 2, wherever the team needed me. That's where I was at.
Okay.
That's where I was at. I even humbled myself and came up the bench my senior year.
Right.
It is what it is.
Yeah. It's about getting that dub.
That's it. And if I do my job, whoever's supposed to see me gonna see me. You know what I'm saying?
Which wound up happening.
Which winded up happening.
And so, okay, take us to your first year after high school. Where you go?
First year after high school, I went to a school called Hobart. It's a small school upstate New York. Small college, it's probably between Syracuse and Buffalo.
Okay.
Right on the Finger Lakes in New York.
Okay.
So I went up there, and the reason why I went up there is because it wasn't an ideal situation. Like, I'll run head first to the tough things. Like working out, I do legs first. It's the weakest bike part. I work my way up. I'll never go with what's easy. So I'll go with hard. So being in a difficult situation, it forced me to grow as a man, as a person, and as a player. For 3 reasons. I was up there, and it wasn't many people athletically that looked like me. So it forced me to grow as a man, how to deal with people even more so. And in terms of dealing with myself. You know what I'm saying? In retrospect to how I relate to other people. The second thing that happened to me was it forced me to step my game up. Because now I'm here, and in my mind, I'm a warrior. So now I put myself in a battlefield. So now it's me. I'm here. Even though I'm a part of the team concept, I'm here. It's up to me. These are my teammates, but nobody gonna hold my hand and give me try to be.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, we teammates, but we all want to be the alpha dog. We all want to be a starter. We all want to be the man, right?
Yeah.
So during that process, it's a force through fire, man. You are finding yourself as a human being. So you come in wanting to be the alpha dog, and by the time preseason is over, you realize you are alpha dog no matter if you're starting to come off the bench.
You are. And the alpha dogs is usually the ones with the most humility. That's willing to do what others aren't willing to do. We want the real alphas.
Yeah.
And the real people that really watch, they respect that the most.
Yeah. You might not get talked about the most, you might not get the most acclaim and press, but integrity and to the people that count the most,
Right.
it is.
Right.
It's like being a rapper. You got all these fans, but you got a 20, 50 core fans.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
It's the same thing.
Real recognize real,
Yeah.
and by proxy, fake recognize fake.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
Because nobody includes that. Everybody say real recognize real, but nobody say by proxy, energy like energy. So if you fake, you're gonna recognize
You
fake.
recognize fake.
Same deal.
Same thing.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
You're gonna recognize where your energy leads you to recognize. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you live in a certain neighborhood, you're gonna see what surrounds you. That's gonna be your experience.
Right.
So,
Right.
We all are a collection of our experiences.
Yeah.
We are. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all we are.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact. And I've always looked for inspiration in the world. You know what I'm saying? And you'd be surprised the sources of inspiration. You know what I'm saying? You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. A lot of people think play sports, and I would get inspiration from like Michael Jordan and something like that. I got inspiration from my little sister.
Yeah, we gonna get into your little sister. Cause that's a story of the song.
Yes, it is.
All right. Your second year of school.
Okay.
Where you go?
Second year. Okay, after my first year at Hobart, I transferred to a school called Maritime.
Maritime.
College, yes. Now this is in the Bronx, New York, right under the Plaza Neck Bridge. I believe right under the Plaza Neck Bridge, right? So now this is another division up. So now I'm in the NIAC. So now I'm playing upper echelon talent now, Metro New York City area, because this is in the Bronx now. So I'm having games at Lehman College. We're playing against schools in Ohio, ranked schools. Like, so we're doing things. So second year, we go to the Sweet 16. We get knocked out in the Sweet 16. You know what I mean? But once again, leveling up. Never staying consistent. I'm leveling up. So if I was at Hobart and I averaged 16, when I got the Maritime, it was 24. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I stayed at Maritime one more year. My grandfather fell ill, and I transferred from my last year of college to St. Joseph's. And that's where I actually graduated from.
And St. Joseph, that's pretty much, that's out east.
Yes, sir. That's it.
Okay. And they say that's what you graduated from.
That's where I graduated from, and that's where I really like solidified myself when it came to like basketball, especially pursuing basketball after college.
Okay.
That's when like I really put myself on the radar for scouts and teams and things like that. I had a really good year, and I was fueled by what was going on with my grandfather.
Right.
Yeah. In fact, there was a lot of days that I was angry, and I took my control aggression out of the court.
So you learned how to transfer.
Oh yeah, it was almost like I want to liken myself to Kobe Bryant. It was almost like that year in 2001 when he had the throw and he came back like 10 hours heavier. It was like that mental-wise. It was just like
it was just the mentality.
I put myself in a situation where I was like, I looked at everybody like food.
Yeah.
And I had to eat.
But at the end of the day, you can compare yourself to people's mentality.
Yeah.
You know, because it's just a mentality.
That mentality, that Mamba mentality.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I'm telling you, man, I resonate with Kobe so much.
Yeah,
Same here, man. Like for real. Like outside of the game.
Yeah.
If he wasn't even a basketball player, he was like a public speaker, like a Les Brown or E.T., I would rock with him. Because you can see in his face that he dead ass mean what he talking about. Like some people just give you lip service.
No.
You can feel the energy.
You can feel it. Yeah.
You can feel it, bro.
Yeah.
Like when he did that, I forgot the name of the movie, the Spike Lee movie he did when he was breaking down the game. You can hear his passion. You can hear it. You can close your eyes and like, he's about that life.
Kobe, my God, man.
Of course, man.
All
All
right,
right, Kobe, man.
Yeah, man. Because he was a student of everything. He didn't have no boundaries when it came to learning. He knew everything was connected.
You're not supposed to, man. That's the first mistake. That's when you lose.
Yeah,
that's when you lost already, bro.
Yeah, that's when you lose.
When you're unwilling to be unhinged and you're willing to give up on yourself to learn, you lost the game already. You lost it.
Because I ain't gonna lie, I used to always hear people. There was one dude from back when. He told me, he always said, do stuff that other people aren't willing to do. So I actually trained myself to get to the point when I hear somebody say, oh, I'm not doing that. What you not doing? Oh, you done. I got you. Oh, you out the way now. I'm up on you. You know what I mean? I think we need to have that mentality, especially of our group. You know what I mean? Because I ain't gonna lie, bro, I'm tired of keep on hearing us saying, well, you know, they are ahead of us or whatever. We already know that already. But you know what? We got the ability to work to even the playing field.
Yeah. I mean, get to the point where you're like, all right. Prime example, right? You got two kids in the same environment, same upbringing. One becomes a plastic surgeon, the other one goes to jail, life of crime. Same environment, same upbringing. What is the difference?
Yeah.
We both walking through the same homes, passing the same balls, the same crackheads. We still going through the same things. What's going on in your household, same thing in mine. The reason why I become a plastic surgeon is because my mentality was whatever's going on, even though there's turmoil inside the home, there's an environment that I created for myself or was created for me to exist and do that.
Yes.
And contrary on the other side, it wasn't. So it's like sometimes we can't use our environment as an excuse no more.
Yeah.
You cannot. You
Yeah.
cannot, man.
Yeah.
Because you don't have to dribble a basketball to get a lot of it.
No.
And that's the mind part.
That's the mind frame.
You don't have to dribble a basketball.
And I'm tired.
You don't have to rap. You don't gotta do none of that.
And I'm tired.
You don't gotta do none of that, bro.
You know what? That's my bad. That's why I think about these conversations. You really never know where it's gonna go. Because that's a whole different. That's another episode.
Thanks, man.
So, man, so I after school now.
Yes, sir.
What you do after college?
After college, yo, it was crazy. After college, I started playing basketball, bro. Overseas, man.
Yeah? How did that come about?
I sent my team to my coach. My coach actually, my senior year, was friends with Lionell.
And this is at St. Joe's.
Yes.
Okay.
My coach, John Mateko, he was friends with Lionell that played for the Houston Rockets.
Okay.
They were friends. They went to school together. He sent to Lionell my tape. Lionell contacted me to come down to an open tryout. And from that point, I started meeting agents and managers and talent scouts and started going in pretty much. I was going to get an agent. I started brokering my own deals. I had an agent for my first deal. My first paid gig was overseas in Germany. $5,000 a month gig. So tax free, so it was really good. After that, I started brokering my own deals. Overseas, yeah. Learned the game and started doing it myself, saving that 3%.
Yo, because of that, how have your calculations improved with all the traveling and doing that?
It has greatly improved, man. I transitioned that to my personal life right now as far as budgeting right now, knowing how to exist on a budget, or knowing how to exist on a small budget, like, because I lived out of a suitcase for a number of years, man. In another country where the language wasn't on my side, the money currency wasn't on my side, travel wasn't on my side, so I had no choice but to buckle down and figure a way out. You know what I mean? Find out, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, so it helped me transition in my personal life into this day, bro.
Wow.
Like I said, you overseas in another country by yourself, you're gonna grow up whether you want to or not.
Right.
You want to,
right.
Yeah.
Right. If you don't, you're gonna get lost.
You're gonna get lost and some people don't come back.
Some people don't come back.
Yeah, so it was not a game over there, you know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't vacation, it was a job. It was a job, but I'd rather be doing that than anything else, bro. Right. And that right there gave me the taste of what a creative life is. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's people don't think of athletes as creatives, but they're creatives, man. They're creatives. They're actually artists. You know what I mean? These dudes that's running with the football and the gridiron, they're artists, man.
Yeah, they are.
Like Tom Brady, he's an artist back in the pocket. You know what I'm saying? Like Saquon Barkley's an artist. You know what I mean? Barry Sanders was an artist when he got between the tackles. LeBron's an artist. Jordan was an artist, man. So it's like, they're creatives, bro. Yes. And not only till after playing basketball did I connect sports with being a creative. Right. Not during,
Same here.
Not during, but afterwards.
Same here.
After having a time of reflection, I'm like, oh.
Same here.
That's you using another part of your brain.
Right.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Then connected to.
Right.
Because I'm thinking like artists and, you know, like people that do sculptures and poetry, they're over here. And athletes are over here. Nah, they're in the same room.
Right.
They're in the same room.
Yeah. All right. The major difference with Lionell before going to overseas and Lionell after.
Before going to see overseas,
and coming back home,
I was just focused on basketball. After coming home from basketball is when I really manifested that I'm more than an athlete. Because I had no choice but to prove that to myself first.
To yourself,
yeah.
Right.
To myself first.
Right.
So I come home from overseas in a relationship and I get ready to start having my first child. You know, my ex was pregnant with my first child, twin boys in there. So I had a choice to make. And the choice that I made was to stay here instead of going overseas. And some would say, well, wouldn't you provide a better life financially if you stayed overseas or whatever? People don't understand that some of the trauma that I experienced, I didn't want my kids to experience that. Not saying it was bad, but everything I said, if I choose to have a child, I'll lay everything on the line. Like, I want to be in their face every day. Otherwise, I'm not going to do it. So, and the thing about me, I'll hook, line, or sinker. I'll take the consequences for doing it on my terms. I know what I'm signing up for. Right. So I'm not going to complain when I get what I order. Right.
Yeah. Once you ask for it, you have to take that.
That's it. That's it. And I don't buck it. It is what it is, man. So my thought was, once again, going back to that I could do anything. All right, basketball was just a blip on the map. Like, that was just one thing I could do. But the crazy part is convincing people that said they loved me that I could do those things. That was the nuttiest part, bro. Because I knew I could do it. And then here, people that said that they loved me was questioning my abilities to do so.
Right. It's funny how that worked out.
Oh, but I'm glad it did, though. Because I needed to see that. Even though I may have felt it, I need to see it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm cool knowing how the games needs to be played. Just give me the rules.
Just let me know.
Once I get the rules, we're good.
Good. Yeah, just let me know what it is.
Yeah, just let me know what we're doing. And I'm good. That's it. So it was a learning experience, but it was a good one, though. You know what I'm saying? And forced me to redefine myself, bro.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, I've redefined myself so many times, bro. And I look forward to redefining myself even more before this journey's over, real shit. So, I'm not even mad at it. It's a part of this process, bro.
So it's crazy though. So you come home from overseas.
Yeah.
And you have twins.
Twins, right off the
Not.
rip. Twins.
Twins.
Right off the rip. First children, first shot at kids, twins. Kai and Kobe, love y'all. Those are my boys. That's my heart right there.
Words bond, the boys ain't no joke.
Love them, man. Like, they're my everything. They're my world. That's why they tattooed on my traps. Because in my world, I got the weight of the world on my shoulders, man. Like, I love them boys, man. I give my life today for them. That's the real game.
And how old are they?
They'll be 7 at the end of June. Yeah, end of June, yo.
In the 7 years, what have they taught you? I don't want to talk about everything, but a few things. Just name a few things.
Ooh, they taught me how to be a father, one.
Yo, because
That's
you know
it.
what?
End of story.
You know what? People get it twisted. They really think they raise kids.
Oh, no. They raise us. I tell people all the time, I work for my kids. They're my boss, man. I don't got no problem saying that.
For real.
For real. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. I mean, probably for myself, but for them. You know what I mean? So they motivate me to do what I need to do. You know what I'm saying? So, man, one of the greatest things, if not the greatest thing that ever happened to me.
So you say you got twins.
Twins, man.
Now,
I
bro.
learn from them every day.
Bro,
What's up, bro?
do twins run in your family?
I was supposed to be one. My children's mother has twins in her family, and I have a set of twin cousins on my other side.
You said you were supposed to be one?
Yeah, identical. Yeah, my cousin Josh has a fraternal twin brother, sisters on his side, and my children's mother has fraternal twin brothers. So it was like 60% shot.
Wow.
Yeah, it was like 60% shot. Man.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? The universe only saw it fit to be one of me. So here I am. You know what I'm saying? That's how I see it.
There you go. There you go.
That's how I see it, man. Because the universe don't make mistakes.
No.
So, you know, it is what it is, man.
No, it don't make me.
But the universe gave me a reprieve with my sons. They gave it right back.
They sure did. It's crazy how that be, yo.
Bro, yeah, it's a freaky story, but yeah, everything happens for a reason.
Right.
It's ordained, man.
Wow.
That's a fact, bro.
Yeah.
They really like my miracle babies, for real.
So you got inspiration. Like you all around you, bro.
That's why I understand how other people, I can't speak for nobody else, but I understand how it's hard to find inspiration. You know, I just don't understand it. It's like almost like an antiquated language. When somebody say that to me, it's like I don't understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I can walk outside right now and see a person that's homeless on the corner and find inspiration in that situation.
Right.
I can turn on the television and watch the news and find inspiration in every story that they tell me.
Everyone.
That's a super fact.
Everyone.
So if you're looking for inspiration, you just want to look. You really don't want it. I don't think you want
That's
it.
what it really boils down to.
Because it's there.
It took me some time to really just come to that realization that people just don't want it.
I don't think they do, bro. Like I said, I'm inspired by my sister, bro. I find inspiration everywhere, for real. That's one of the reasons why I got the mentality that I have. Because I can't let people down, bro. I feel the pressure.
Right.
My grandfather, my sister, like I can't stop. You know what I'm saying? Because if I stop, they stop. And if I'm carrying it, carrying their spirit sometimes carry me. So, I'm gonna let everybody fall?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I can't do that, bro. I can't do that.
You saying your sister.
Yes, sir.
Tell people a little bit about your sister.
Besides my grandfather, my sister was probably the most beautiful soul you ever meet, man. Seriously, man. She was born with cystic fibrosis, you know what I mean? So
What is that?
it's a lung pancreas disease that affects the lung and the pancreas, where your body can't break down enzymes for food, and the lung creates a thick mucus where you can't really breathe as well. So it's like having asthma, COPD, and having like an issue with your pancreas all in one. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, she went through a lot, and she was diagnosed with CF when she was like 6 years old. So from the time that she was 6 years old, she actually had a doctor look at her and say, "You're not going to live to 30." So I don't want to bring everybody down, but I just want to take a second to just let that sink in, because you're a 6-year-old child and you got somebody telling you you have an expiration date.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Now, how do you get up every day from the time you're 6 and function at a high level? How do you do it? Because big and strong as I am, I don't know if I would have had the intestinal fortitude to do that, yo. I can't say yes or no. I don't know. And instead of me sitting up here trying to sound like a big tough guy, I don't know, bro.
Yeah,
For real, I don't know. Because there's a lot of times right now I pull strength from her. She had a quarter of one lung functioning and never heard this girl say, I'm tired. And when she did, that was the last time she spoke. She closed her eyes forever. When she said, Lionell, I'm tired. That was it. She took her last breath, bro. It's the only time I heard it. True stories. I stand here. It's the only time I heard it.
She really was tired.
She was like, Lionell, I'm tired. 10 minutes later, she was gone.
Wow.
I was right there.
Wow.
Right there, from beginning to end. Right there.
How old was she when she passed?
26. 26. You know what I'm saying? 26 years old.
So you saying like...
That shit almost finished me, bro. And my grandfather passing did a lot. You know what I'm saying?
How far apart was they passing?
My grandfather passed in 07. So, and my sister passed in 2017. So, it was some time, but if my grandfather passed in 07, I didn't even start coming out of my depression until 2011. Got to be honest with y'all. You're talking about somebody that was very instrumental. It's like watching Superman die. It's gonna be rough. Because it's gonna be rough. You know what I'm saying? Because that was my source of strength. That was my safety blanket. If I was Linus or Charlie Brown, that was my safety blanket. So now, 2007, I'm just finishing school. I'm just coming into a manhood. Like, so now, what do I do? And I'm telling you, to be honest with you, something I probably never shared before. Psychologically, I was about to quit basketball. I wasn't going to go overseas, bro.
Yeah?
I was about to say effort.
Why?
My grandfather wasn't here to see me. What for? What I'm doing it for.
You felt like you lost the purpose?
Yeah, purpose from it. Facts. I did initially, yeah. I'm not even going to lie to you. I got to be fully transparent here.
Well, you felt it. Then how did you find it back?
Conversation with my little sister.
What was that conversation like? Just a little bit. What she said?
My sister didn't hold no punch. She was just like, she pretty much was like, why you being a bitch? Why you being a bitch? As much as you said about Grandpa would be sad that you sit up here crawled up in a fetal position, not living nobody's purpose. So now you got a choice.
There you go.
Because if you don't go play ball, you disrespecting Grandpa even more. You slapping him in the face even more so if you don't go. Can't argue with that. Now sister knew me so well, she knew what she was doing.
Yeah, she did. She did.
She knew what she was doing.
And she had to be the one.
I wouldn't receive it from nobody else.
Yeah, she had to be the one.
I wouldn't receive it from nobody else, and that's a true story. Like people that know me know I wouldn't receive that from nobody else.
And that's why, I'm big on inspiration. And I'd be like, because we inspire in business, but that's why we can do it. Because we stay inspired ourselves. You can't inspire others if you can't get inspired.
Exactly.
And I love when people say stuff to me, but I don't need that. Like you said, I can look anywhere and get inspired. You know what I mean? I can listen to anybody and get inspired. Inspiration is everywhere.
It's all around us, man.
You know what I mean? So, all right. The few you have, going forward, what's driving you now? Because we got to stay few. Like that stuff can push us, but we need to added stuff on. Like you said, you need people, because I'm similar in that. Like the more people depend on me, the more, because I don't want to let it.
Like I want the pressure.
Yes,
I want it.
Me too.
I want it, man. I don't shy away from it. I want it. Because it's gonna do two things. It's either gonna bust pipes or make a diamond.
Yeah.
A lot of things in this universe under pressure reveal its real true self.
Yeah.
Grapes under pressure create wine. You feel what I'm saying? Diamonds coal under pressure creates a diamond. So it's like, at the end of the day, in life, at a certain point in time, you're gonna have to be put under pressure. Whether you put yourself under pressure or somebody else put you under pressure.
I'd rather put myself under pressure.
Self-imposed pressure is way better.
It's way better.
Trust me.
Yeah.
Because self-imposed pressure, you actually know where the exit is. When there's pressure coming from outside, you gotta find the exit.
Right.
If I put pressure on myself, I know how to get out. I know where the exit's at.
And it's hard to find, an exit if you're under pressure. And this is pressure that you're not even trained for.
That's what I'm saying. So if you're going to do anything, you should put yourself under pressure that's familiar to you, right? It's almost like punishment. Would you rather punish yourself or have somebody else punish you?
A lot of people.
That depends on this right here.
Depends on that.
Yeah,
right.
for real. The answer on that depends on what you got in there. You know?
Right.
That depends on what you got in there, to be honest with you. So, you know, a lot of things is about integrity, man. You know what I mean? I try to do things with integrity as much as I can. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a human, but as much as I can every day that I wake up, honestly, it sounds cliche, I'm just trying to be better than I was yesterday. Yeah. Every aspect. Yeah. So, and it's not over until I take that final rest. It's not over, man. I'm in a constant state of refinement until this game is over. You saying?
And then that's why I tell people like you and I, we don't clock out. When we clock out,
Yeah, we clocking out for real.
Yeah, you know. So people understand our priorities are a little different than other people. You know what I mean? Not saying like it's not about getting and saying that we doing better than other people, but it's just the mind frame that we just have.
That's it. And whether we wanted to or not, you know, speaking for me, whether I wanted to or not, certain situations in life, you know, it is what it is. Like I said, bucking destiny.
Yeah.
So looking back on it, I have two choices, right? I can say, damn, poor me, or I can say, thank you. Because there's a lot of situations to this day, maybe you can attest to that if I ain't go through that trauma, I wouldn't be suited to handle certain situations. And I look at other people that haven't experienced the trauma, and I'm like, ooh.
Yes. Yeah. Same here.
Thank you. This is shit prepared me for real.
Yes.
Like I'm prepared. And they say if you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. Right?
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah. Because I think even it's big now, especially you. When you talk about integrity, you know, I believe you gotta really be consistent with that. With building your brand. Tell us a little bit about your brand.
My brand, Metaphysics Fitness, like I said, it's about beyond the physical. So really, it's really about somebody's mind state. Like before I even get with a client, yeah, you want to lose this amount of weight or you want to accomplish this goal, but I need to check the mental temperature before we embark on this journey. Because I'm not here to lie to nobody. I'm like having integrity means as a trainer or somebody that's helping you out, I don't want to take your money. I need to let you know what you're in for. You should know what you're in for as well. Case in point, we talk about how people want success over time. They want to be in front of the camera with the glitz and the glamour, but they don't know all the work that it takes to lead it up to what you see on the camera. Everybody wants to present themselves in front of the camera, but nobody wants to do the work leading up to getting in front of the camera. Everybody wants to be LeBron and be talented like MJ and Kobe, but you don't know the work that these dudes put into to put themselves at the cream of the crop, man. Like a lot of times it's self-sacrifice, man. Like you can't hang out, you can't do this because your goal and what you're trying to accomplish is exceedingly somewhere else. That don't make you better. That just makes you on another level what you're trying to do. Right. And so my grandfather used to say, every level presents a new devil. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So like every time you level up, there's gonna be new obstacles that's gonna be put in your way. You know what I mean? The higher you go, the harder it's going to get. But that's testing your resolve. See how much you really want it. Right. Same thing with life. Same thing with life. I use physical fitness as a microcosm of life. And I'm pretty much using fitness to like pull from people something that they want to pull from themselves, bro. Give people confidence. You know what I mean? Like you'd be surprised how many times, you know, I talk to somebody and they have the I can't mentality. And I'm like,
before they even start,
you can't do nothing because that mentality has to immediately change. Yes. If you actually have that, it's almost like it's a saying. I read a book: "Fear soils the flesh."
Say that again.
Fear soils the flesh. So as soon as you fear something here, it's no different from a cow. When a cow gets ready to go get slaughtered, his fear and his adrenaline actually poisons the meat in his entire body before they go to the slaughterhouse. I don't know how many people know that. So there's an enzyme.
I didn't know that.
The cow gets anxious because he knows he's about to get slaughtered. His body goes into shock. He gets anxiety. There's a chemical release from the brain that poisons the whole body. That poisons the meat in the whole body. The meat is poisoned when it goes to the slaughterhouse. That's a super fact. You guys can look it up. It's a fact. That is a super fact. So now, with that being said, fear soils the flesh. So if you start fearing here, this is no good. You gotta start over. You can't say I can't and then embark on the journey. You gotta reset. You gotta reset. So if I'm talking to you and I'm like, all right, cool, this is what we're gonna do, this is the plan, and you're like, I can't, you gotta come back tomorrow. You gotta come back tomorrow.
Right.
You just soiled the workout, man. You just soiled the flesh. It's no good. Whatever you're gonna give me, you're not gonna manifest what you would have got out of it. You're already defeated. If in fact you feel like you're unable, it's different from I can't. Because unable is temporary. I can't is forever.
Right.
I'm unable to right now, but I will.
Right.
I can't. There's no going there. You can't go nowhere. There's no wiggle room. It's done. It's finished. So I pay attention to what people say, because the words is indicative of how they think.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you're only speaking, basically manifesting your thoughts out your mouth. That's all you're doing. So if you say you can't, you really don't have a high value of yourself. You really don't. And that has to change, because you're going to forever be externally looking for that value in every situation and everybody. You ain't never going to look in the mirror and be satisfied with your accomplishments or with who you are, because you're going to seek outside validation. Because it starts with a defeatist mentality of I can't.
Yeah.
And that's what
I
I'm trying to learn.
I can't turn into excuses.
Yeah. And then next thing you know, that initial goal that you wanted to accomplish, that's why by February 14th, all the New Year's resolutions has already been in the trash can, bro.
Yeah.
Because when people say that shit, they don't believe it when they say it.
No.
Oh, I'm gonna get in shape this year, I'm gonna stop smoking. So something saying that. Something saying that. You know what I mean? To the point where you done said this for 5 years in a row, that people at your New Year's Eve party like, all right, no doubt.
Right. I got you.
Yeah, cool.
Right.
See what I'm saying? So that narrative kind of needs to change, man.
Yeah.
It's like, don't speak it into existence, because the universe don't play like that.
It don't.
The universe don't play like that.
We talked about that before.
Like,
they
words have power.
They really don't play.
You're going to speak something in a cyclical universe knowing it's going to bounce right back to you.
It's coming back.
Sooner or later.
It's coming back.
Oh, yeah. It ain't going to miss you. It's going to hit you.
Yeah.
How hard it's going to hit you and the ramifications of you being hit, we don't know. But it's going to hit you.
Yeah. Go ahead.
That's a fact, man.
Okay, you got the personal training going on.
Yes, sir.
You got some other things you're working on too.
Yeah, along with personal trainer, I'm a life coach as well. So I do that. I just started doing that, as an extension of personal training, because I found out through personal training, that's only one aspect of people's lives that they feel unconfident in. You see what I'm saying?
That's why they with you.
Yeah, that's why they with me. So when realizing that, I'm like, okay, having conversations with these people during our workouts, I can kind of expound on some of the principles that I give them for working out and have them take that out the gym and apply that to life. Because that's what I do for myself.
Right.
Because just like the gym, the life is going to have obstacles, it's going to have pressure, it's going to have resistance coming down on you.
Right.
What are you doing with that resistance? How bad do you want it to get it up out of you?
Right.
Now you got two options. It's coming down, I can't take the bar, or it's
Right.
Which one you gonna do?
Which one you gonna do? Which one you gonna do?
Yeah. Like, I'm willing to let the bar come down and break my chest if need be, because I'm in pursuit of my goal, so I want it that bad.
Yeah.
And to some people, they don't understand that extent, that extremeness. It may be extreme to some people. To me, it's not extreme at all.
My thing is, and Kobe said it, you never know your limit until you reach your limit.
What is that?
What is that? You never know until you reach it.
Exactly. So I don't feel like I've reached it.
Right.
Keep pushing the envelope.
Yeah. Same here, brother.
That's it, man.
Same here.
And it's the never-ending story, man.
Right.
It's a never-ending story. And when the story's over, the book closes, it's done. It's done, man. So, like, I'm just trying to live an inspired life. And if I can touch people or inspire people, that'd be the greatest thing ever, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You're already doing that already.
I like to think I would like to think so, but you know what?
I know you want it. I know you want to see it vividly. You're doing it.
I just want to keep putting my best foot forward every day, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And honestly speaking, so right now, life is fun, man.
Yeah,
man. Life is fun, man. Life is fun, man. Because, as much as I say, like, I know I can do this and all that, when you see the fruits of the fruition coming out of it, it's a surreal moment. You take a step back, even at yourself, and you go,
yeah.
did that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Feels good.
And I had to learn how to do that more.
It feels good,
Because I was so ready to rush to the next thing.
Same.
And I wasn't really getting that in between recovery.
Yeah.
And I'm definitely doing it. Taking everything in.
Sometimes you gotta do that, man. Yeah. I mean, I made a point to laugh more myself, bro. You You know what I mean? Because I felt like at some point in time I was like self-sabotaging myself.
Yeah.
Because not to go back to my sister, but when she passed, for a while after she passed, I didn't want to have fun. It felt like me having fun or like doing something that was fun, I was doing something to her, you feel me? So I kind of stopped myself from having fun, like, you know what, having too much fun, because my sister had experienced fun. So I had to work through, this is real shit, I had to work through all of that, bro. You know what I mean? To the point where now I'm even allowing myself to have fun now, you know what I'm saying? Like, for real, yeah, man. I ain't smelled this much in 3 years, but it's good though, it's good though.
And you was even talking about even the vacation thing.
Yeah,
You was like, you haven't taken a vacation in the minute.
yeah, it's been a while.
Something like a vacation.
I mean, because subconsciously you deprive yourself, but you come up with justifications,
Yeah.
work and this and that.
Yeah.
But really ain't no justification. You're just self-loathing. That's what you're doing. You know what I mean? I was really self-loathing for a while. You know what I mean? I was like, oh man, this is messed up. And every time, like I said, every time I would step out to do something, I wanted my sister there, so I felt guilty. I felt guilty. And I heard one day I was sitting, and it sounds freaky, but I heard her voice saying it's okay. And from that point on, I just allowed myself to just feel. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Yeah, because I was a little numb for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I was numb for a minute.
You got out of it though?
Yeah, because coincidentally, with my sister passing, around the same time my sister passed, my relationship started ending, started coming to an end. You know what I mean? This was like over a decade relationship, so I was dealing with that and that simultaneously. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so then you know, after leaving that relationship, navigating this as a new single father, navigating this new paradigm, you know, all that takes time and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So you know, right now I'm just like, all right. You know what I mean? The sun is a shine again. Like my brother always said, the sun will shine tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes we gotta keep that in mind, especially people like myself and you that put pressure on myself.
We do.
Like even when I was going through it, I was just like, get back to it.
Right.
And it was just like, I gotta allow myself that time, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I had to do that too, man.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, and it was tough just to do that, because I feel like I wasn't accomplishing nothing.
Yeah, you feel like you're not doing nothing.
Yeah.
But you're doing something.
But you are doing something.
Because if you don't get you right, anything that you're trying to do moving forward, it's not going to manifest, bro.
It's not.
You still won't have that level of toxicity with you.
Yes.
And even though grief don't seem like toxicity, at a certain point it becomes toxic.
Yeah. It
Because
does.
it becomes like you're beating yourself up.
Yeah.
It becomes abusive.
Right. Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Man. Listen, like I said, man, very informative. Yo, listen, I pray y'all paid attention with an open mind and really be conscious of listen to this man speak, because he has a lot of stuff to say, and you best believe you're gonna start seeing him in a lot of places talking all over the world, I promise you. Man. So what else you have going on, and how can people reach you, man?
Like I said, lately, bro, life has been a movie, man. So lately I've been fitness modeling. I've been doing like infomercials, acting gigs, bro, photo shoots. It's just been crazy, bro. But it's been a good crazy.
You got a podcast coming up?
Podcast, Kicking Game and Dropping Jewels podcast. You can check that out on
soon.
YouTube. Yep. So we're doing a lot of things with that.
With my man Luca. Shout out Luke.
Luca Brazen. You can check that YouTube page out. So we got a Kicking Game and Dropping Jewels podcast. Very informative. You know what I'm saying? Trying to change the paradigm. Trying to change the narrative. You know, us especially as, you know, as black men in the position that we're in, I think we need to start showing a difference, or we need to start showing the world a different side of ourselves.
Yes.
I think the world has projected a certain image for a long
Yes.
time of us,
Yes.
and we're not a monolith. You know what I'm saying? We're not all the same. You know what I mean? So I think we need to start showing different aspects of who we are as a people. And like some of the podcasts is hoping to do that. You know what I'm saying? So we want to have some good discussions, man. You know what I mean? So, and I think the more discussions we have as a community, the better we'll be. Man.
Yes.
Because
you gotta open up a dialogue.
That'll kind of bring us up to speed with some of those excuses that you were talking about
Right.
before, will fall along the wayside. Because
Yeah.
now if we have an open dialogue, we can't do that anymore.
Yeah.
You can't engage in that.
We just need to take all the elephants out the road.
Pretty much.
Just take all the elephants out the community.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's stuff that need to be addressed that people just don't address.
Yeah. For whatever reason.
For whatever reason.
Right.
For whatever
but they
reason.
there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. In plain sight, right there.
We know it. We know it. And
Yeah.
we know what those elephants are.
We know.
We know what they are.
We do. We do.
We know what they are. You know what I'm saying? But,
So,
you
but
know,
also, then you also got the web series too.
yo, yeah. We do have a web series. It's called Brazy World. Shout out to Luke again, Brazy ENT. It's called Brazy World. We shot a couple of pilot episodes. We got a casting coming up. We got some auditions, so we sent out some mock scripts. We got like a few roles we want people to play. You know, so if y'all looking, if y'all seeing this right now, I don't know when y'all gonna see this, but check it out. We're auditioning, so you go to IG. You can check out me, Mr. Metaphysics, or you can check out Luke Brazy. That's LUCCABRAZE. And just check out our social medias and get in touch with us if you're trying to do it, man. Actually, we're not trying to do no like hired actors or nothing. We're trying to do it grassroots style, and we're trying to reach out to people that always wanted to do something aspiring in the acting media realm. Trying to give them an opportunity, man. Start from the beginning, man. You know what I'm saying? Our own community first. So we're gonna be guerrilla shooting in a lot of spots in the neighborhood and using extras and people from the neighborhood, making it a community. Yeah, and hopefully that the web series will be picked up, and hopefully by the end of the year we have something in place with Roku TV. That's the goal.
Yeah, we're gonna leave it right there. We can't give you too much.
No, that's it, man.
We can't give y'all too much.
That's it, but yo, stay tuned, man. Stay tuned, man.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna end it with this. Now, what would you say to somebody? Now, you can use the gym terminology, or you know whatever terminology you want to use outside the gym. Somebody that really want to do something, you know, gym terminology. Overweight, even when they try for whatever reason they stop. You know what I mean? Got the I can't mentality. Where would you tell them to start that? Because the hardest thing is to start.
The starting point is the hardest. So now, what I would say is, if you have a goal in mind, before you even talk about applying that goal or doing that goal, who are you in retrospect to the goal being accomplished is the question.
Put that in layman's terms for people, because I understand what you're saying.
Got you. So, example, like if you want to lose weight, example, you want to lose weight, but you have the I can't mentality. You have to realize you will never be able to lose weight if you don't change your mentality. That has to be realized first. Once you realize you want to lose weight, who are you and what are you going to do to make that happen? I want to bet.
Right.
What steps are you doing on a daily basis that's going to get you in that Benz? Because
on a daily basis,
not enough.
Right. On a daily basis.
Daily.
Right.
Like not once a week, twice this week, fell off. No. Because I sometimes use working. Like when people come up with obstacles or excuses sometimes, I'll say, okay, we all work. Some people work jobs that they might not necessarily want to work. But you're doing it, why? Because you know going to that job is going to provide you with the necessary things you need to take care of your life.
Right.
You justify it. It's a justification.
Yeah.
Right or wrong, good or bad.
Right.
But you won't use the same justification when it comes to your own health and well-being. Knowing that if you're not healthy enough, you're not going to that job that you hate anyway.
It's called being selective.
So now, do I have reason to believe that you're going to put more energy and emphasis into a job or material things, or unanimated objects than yourself? Like you're going to put more money in your car, in your hair, your nails, your house, your deck, that you're not going to do it for you? I'll leave it there, but at the end of the day, everybody got to cross the bed. Where's yours? Is the question. Because I know who I am. Who are you?
Listen, like I said, once again, I am one of the most blessed people on earth. I'm sitting in this chair right now. The stories I get to take in and apply it to my life and help other people with this. This is Russ, my man Lionell, my guy.
Appreciate you, brother.
You already know. Mr. Metaphysics. We go see y'all. Appreciate y'all. Another episode of Everyone Has a Story, created by Bridging the Gaps, brought to you by We Got You. Everybody be blessed.
I bridge the gap for him. Hands up, you know I bridge the gap for him.